Hey folks, this is Cranky Old Gamer here. Greg from Cranky Old Gamer. Welcome. This is my first unboxing, and I know that out on the internet that some of these products have been unboxed before, but I thought I was pretty excited to see these show up in my mail, and so I wanted to share them all with you. So recently, I ordered from Brigade Games here in the States. Um, Frostgrave soldiers for the Frostgrave game that came out recently from Osprey. And it looks pretty cool. It's a game I haven't played yet, but I've been poring over the rules, and it looks exciting, and I want to give it a shot. So basically, it's if you've played the old Games Workshop Mordheim, it's similar to that in terms of you've got a warband and you've got some soldiers that you hire under a wizard, and you go looting and looking for treasure in the ice-covered city of Frostgrave that has thawed from a long icy chill for over 1,000 years or so. Anyways, but basically it's a skirmish game where you have a warband and you go collect treasure with your wizard. And anyways, there's a couple things that I got here: some wizard figures and some soldier figures. So basically, you have a wizard and you have a warband made of all sorts of different kinds of soldiers, like thugs and knights and archers and crossbowmen and thieves and treasure hunters and whatnot. And there's this new box set where it's in a multi-part plastic kit. Um, there's 20 guys in here, and they sell it for a song, and it's really good stuff. So I wanted to kind of unbox this. You can kind of see that this is the Frostgrave Soldiers kit. There's a Cultist kit coming out shortly as well. Like I said, 28 multi-part plastic figs. You take a look on the back here. It's like the multi-part guys. There's 20 of them. 28 millimeters, so that's a scale familiar to most of us war gamers. And yeah, so basically you can make all sorts of different men at arms. So like soldiers with different kinds of swords and lanterns and bows and crossbows and all sorts of nifty stuff. So here, let's just take a quick look. It didn't come sealed, but hey, no biggie. And it looks like these come on, or they're intending you to base them on these 30 millimeter flats. They've kind of got a rough side. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but they've got a little bit of a rough side and a little bit of a smooth side. So I'm assuming smooth side goes down, but it's got a nice little rough thing. So if you want to put some texture on there or glue your guy down there, it comes with a bunch of bases. And here's the meat of the kit. So there's these guys, right? And so let's get that stuff in the background out of the way so you can actually see what we're talking about here. So it looks like, I don't know if you can see that detail particularly well. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. You can see these guys. I'm not sure if the camera's focusing particularly well right now, but we'll give it another shot here. Come on. I don't know if you can make out the detail, but the detail is actually pretty decent. Um, yeah, so looks like there's 5 bodies apiece, and there's all sorts of different alternate heads. Looks like some bearded, some helmeted, all sorts of different weapons and accessories and whatnot. Shields. Looks like there's big axes, some hand weapons like swords and whatnot. Um, so that's pretty cool. I haven't actually looked at these. I'm not sure if all the different, if these is like the same sprue, like 4 of the same sprue. It looks like it might be. Oh, there we're getting some good detail shots. I don't know if you can actually see that any better, but clear in the camera. Um, so yeah, it looks like you've got these 5 bodies. It looks like you've got all kinds of head alternates. Not sure. That looks like a helmet or something. Yeah, that looks like some sort of Norse helmet. Um, different crossbow arms, different bow arms, giant sword arm. So yeah, it looks like there's 4 of these. They're all pretty much the same, it looks like. Um, yeah, and so it looks like there's like tons of combinations that you can do. All these are the same, it looks like. Yeah, so you can make all kinds of dudes for your Frostgrave warband. Here's the backs of those in case you can see like a little lantern thing going on there. Yeah, it looks like maybe a horn or a wine sack or some darn thing. The pointer, hey, come at me, bro. Arm. So yeah, pretty cool. Lots of little options to sort of explore there. So there's that. And just for size comparison, in case people are curious, from other popular systems, you can kind of see, it's probably more traditional 28 millimeter, not heroic 28. So, check that out accordingly, right? For scale. And then I also got some of these dudes. They've got their the wizards. These are basically the leaders of your war band. If you're familiar with War Machine, it's probably akin to your Warcaster. If you're, just it's basically your leader. And this is the only guy that gets experience in the game. But I thought I'd show some of these dudes because I don't know if there's been much showing of these. Sorry about that, folks. Had to put a little one back in bed. Anyways, your wizards are basically your leaders of your warband, and so there's all different types of wizards, and they can cast different types of spells based on the flavor of wizard you chose. But this one happens to be the witch or the witch doctor and their apprentice. Every wizard has an apprentice, which is basically a lower level version of the same person. So I kind of picked up this dude because they sort of captured my imagination. The old kind of voodoo witch doctor guy casting curses and poison spells on dudes and being all up in your face like that. But anyways, this guy, pretty good detail on these figures. There we go. That's good focus right there. Pretty good detail on these figures, and I think the idea is just that I got some of these. I got some extra bases, basically just glue on these. I think is the intention. But anyways, yeah. Here's the wizard. Here's the apprentice. So there's this dude, the witch. Picked up this guy too because he's pretty cool. The enchanter. If you haven't seen some of these models, they really do. I mean, I haven't really compared these to a bunch of other figures that I have, but they really do look like classic 28, not heroic 28. But I could be wrong. But they don't seem to scale as big as the heroic 28. So anyways, this is I'm going to call him Tim, the enchanter, because I can. Here's the enchanter, wizard, and here's his apprentice. So basically you have to pay, you've got 500 gold coins and you build a warband, much like not Necromunda, I guess Necromunda, but much like Mordheim used to be. You'd have so many points and you'd create a warband, but your apprentice, again, is just a lower level version of you as the wizard. And he can cast all the same spells as you can, but maybe not quite as efficiently. But anyways, pretty good looking miniatures. I'm impressed. Good sculpts, lots of detail on these guys. It's the soft white metal. And I also got this dude, the apothecary. Again, apothecary and somebody, marksman. Oh, okay. Let's see what these dudes are. So yeah, here's the guy that again, I can't really remember all the rules at the moment, but the apothecary, I think, is basically your healer, and your marksman is your guy that he's like your crossbowman, highly skilled crossbowman, like a leveled up sniper type of dude, I guess. So yeah, anyways, again, heroic 28 millimeter, definitely, or sorry, regular 28, definitely not heroic scale. So I think if you tried to mix and match, you might be in for a little bit of surprise, but I couldn't say across the entire miniatures line. This is all that I have of the product, but I'm very impressed with the product. I can't wait to paint these guys up. Can't wait to get them based and on the terrain that I'm making. I think I also want to put a shout out to Brigade Games. I ordered these guys late Thursday night, and they showed up Monday morning or Monday early. And so that the email to ship them went right out. So thank you, Brigade Games. I know you're probably wondering. Uh, you know, you're all probably wondering, like, well, if you go to the Osprey Games website, you'll notice that the shipping is pretty steep um, from the UK. And so a friend of mine pointed me towards these guys. I'd never used them before, Brigade Games, that is, and they shipped it right away. So I was super impressed. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And that was the Frostgrave stuff. Thanks, and thanks for watching.